It's a real pleasure to have Simon Milner, who is from Marvell, who's going to be talking about plug computing.
Very much. Thank you. So the title is called NAS for Mere Mortals. It just kind of reminds me, you know, these days we stand up and we take very nice awards like this, feel very honored, kind of feel superhuman in a way until I see the photo that's on the front of the brochure here that reminds me, certainly 7 years ago when I joined Marvell and I started coming to Storage Visions, I felt a mere mortal. And I looked about 20 years younger than I do today, so I don't know quite where that kind of conflict comes in. But anyway, so today we're here to talk about plug computing. It's timely because 12 months ago we introduced the concept and pre-announced at last year's CES, so exactly 1 year ago. I think since then we've seen tremendous momentum, not just around the product idea, but around a rich ecosystem and literally a mini industry that's been formed around this new product category. And we've got some graphics, I've got some show and tells here, so you'll be able to, get to touch and feel some of this stuff as we go through. But when we talk about changing internet paradigms, I think we all understand the need for remote access, for 24/7 access of our personal storage and our personal content. I think for the most here, it's a technical audience. We all understand the basic technology is in place and has been in place for some time. So what we've done here is really built upon three core technology pillars within Marvell. So computing, connectivity, and storage we bring together into a single chip. We bring real leading-edge performance in a very small footprint, very low power envelope. And then more importantly, we've packaged this as a solution in a quite different way. We've packaged this as a true open source, open platform solution that's allowed not just to be able to bridge from those basic needs that we all have in terms of accessing and sharing transparently our personal content, but building on those technology pillars, building on the open source framework that we've established around this new platform, truly to be able to build what we might call application superhighways on top of the basic microserver functionality that we've built onto this platform. Because it's open on all aspects of the design, silicon, hardware, and software, and we've fueled this rich ecosystem. Today we see people developing point applications on top of this platform. We see people layering multiple services, one on top of another. We see people building portals that allow dynamic multi-app download from the consumer side. So this is a plug computer that we have today. This is our second generation that's shipping. We've taken a full high-performance PC-class computing subsystem and embedded it directly into a plug adapter. So from a raw technology perspective, we're going to introduce what we call plug 3.0, third generation, that was launched yesterday. We have the very, very first sample straight from our manufacturing partner, first manufacturing partner here today. You'll be the first to see that. We're going to be showcasing multiple versions and form factors of what we call plug 3.0 in CES and in our plug computer pavilion. But if we look at the product that's shipping today, this is a $99 development kit. From our perspective, and I hope it's well shared with the audience, there's a real need to have a 24/7, always-on server to basically manage the digital home. Now, on top of that basic server functionality, we're already seeing a slew of application ideas and new service delivery models on which people can add home automation, can add medical devices, can add security, can do basic content sharing, consolidation, can catalog and index over-the-top video, and of course basic streaming services within there. But those are kind of I almost kind of describe those as more core functions. And what we're really seeing through the application or the developer community today, across those 10,000 application developers, we focus them in on the web developer forum, plugcomputer.org. Anyone here can log on there and see all the activity that's getting posted on there. And there's just an amazing variety of applications being developed. In all of those segments I just mentioned, the verticals, there's activity in all of those. There's a whole slew of ideas that's been shared and uploaded onto that site. So in kind of quick summary, over the last 12 months, we introduced a new product concept. We've delivered a rich ecosystem and built a mini industry around this new product. We have more than 10,000 developers out there contributing to bring in real innovation. We have, through opening up the platform, created a very interesting value chain, because not only as an application developer can you take your idea, port it onto this platform, purchase it off the website for $99, so it's a pretty low-cost development kit. Within a couple of weeks, take a very rich software stack, port it onto this device and validate it. Because the platform and the whole design is completely open, and we have this rich ecosystem of partners, those people that have validated their idea on the product, on the platform, we are invariably seeing those good ideas being turned into real products, into real companies launched on point products, very similar form factor, in some cases exactly the same form factor, of course with a different production file, different test file, and different branding and packaging. But a very, very kind of interesting kind of business model that's emerged there. So we see a lot of application partners today we know nothing about that all of a sudden have products that they're selling online. So that's kind of an interesting twist. If we go on to the next slide, I can step through a little bit more in a structured way.
You've got the...
Okay. So the Plug Computer acts as a cloud node. It's a node, it's a device that's a node both in the home network as well as in the cloud. And at this point, I guess I can also, ready for this? It acts as a centralized node within the home. We built the software and the SDK in the basic package, in the basic development kit, to seamlessly interface into the home network, to manage content, to have a seamless interface into I/O sensors that may be connected into that home network. The software there is completely seamless, so we connect either through a wired gigabit Ethernet connection into the back of the router or through a Wi-Fi connection into the router. But the software inherent in the SDK connects seamlessly into that home network, so immediately applications on top of that can manage the home network. We also have software in there that seamlessly connects up into the cloud. So of course then there's applications that can access and interface into hosted services. So hopefully the basic setup, the basic configuration is kind of understood, sitting completely between, as a gateway between cloud-based services and your home network. Here we show an example of accessing via an iPhone or an Android phone. We have multiple partners today writing apps on smartphones, including iPhone and Android. Of course, connected through regular laptops, but more interestingly right now, we see a whole variety of home automation, energy control, healthcare products that are being interfaced into the device either through a network connection or through the USB peripheral connection. So that's kind of what we're trying to represent on the bottom side there.